At 101 years old, he's the oldest living star. Who would have guessed that these legendary stars of the golden age of show business, spanning from the 1910s to the 1960s, are still alive today? You may not hear about them as much as before, but they haven't died yet. And in fact, some are actively involved in the entertainment industry. This truly shows their remarkable resilience and determination. William Daniels, 95. You may not recognize the name William Daniels, but his iconic character, Mr. Feeney, from the 90s sitcom Boy Meets World, is sure to ring a bell. He recently dazzled audiences with his performance as Kit in the 2020 HBO Max film Superintelligence, and also reprised his role as Mr. Feeney for Disney's spin-off show Girl Meets World in 2014. Sophia Loren, 88. As one of the most iconic stars during Hollywood's golden age, the Italian beauty, Sophia Loren, stands out with her standout performances. From Two Women in 1961 to Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow in 1963, she made a lasting impression on audiences around the world. Her remarkable comeback in 2013 with The Human Voice was applauded by all due to her outstanding performance yet again. This year, she's starring in another incredible film, The Life Ahead, further showcasing why she'll always be an unforgettable movie star. Anthony Hopkins, 85. You're probably aware of Sir Philip Anthony Hopkins' legendary role as Hannibal Lecter in the classic movie The Silence of the Lambs. But did you know what he's been doing recently? He starred as Odin in 2017's Thor Ragnarok and currently slated to play Dr. Philip Lewis in Elise. Bob Barker, 99. Bob Barker is a celebrated figure that most of us are familiar with from his time as host of The Price is Right, which he graced for 35 years. But before all the fame and accolades, Bob was equally known for hosting Truth or Consequences from 1956 to 1974. As an entertaining bonus factoid, if you're an avid SpongeBob fan, then you'd already know that Bob lent his voice to the character Bob Barnacle in one episode. How cool, right? Julie Andrews, 87. Dame Julie Andrews has graced us with a plethora of unforgettable roles throughout her career. The Sound of Music, Mary Poppins, Carathan in Aquaman 2018, and Marlena in Minions: The Rise of Gru. Perhaps most admirable is that she's only gaining speed as time passes. We genuinely couldn't be any more thrilled to watch her artistic growth. Dick Van Dyke, 97. An amazing, multi-talented artist, Dick Van Dyke has demonstrated he can do anything, from actor to dancer and comedian. Beginning his career in radio and Broadway, he eventually became known as Rob Petrie on the TV show The Dick Van Dyke Show, most recently providing a voice for Hopscotch the Sasquatch on Kidding series sparks excitement among fans old and new of this iconic entertainer. Mel Brooks, 96. Spanning an astounding 7 decades, Mel Brooks, born Melvin Kaminsky, has made his mark in the entertainment industry. He's even a part of that exclusive club known as EGOT, people who have earned an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award. Recently, he lent his iconic voice to Vlad Dracula, father of Hotel Transylvania's protagonist. Tony Bennett, 96. Tony Bennett's unmistakable vocals have brought joy to multiple generations of music enthusiasts. Even after all these years, he continues to bring us his timeless classics and even collaborated with Lady Gaga for the 2014 album Cheek to Cheek. Jon Voight, 84. We're thrilled that veteran actor Jon Voight, better known as Angelina Jolie's father, refuses to retire from the screen. He's been portraying Mickey on the Ray Donovan series since 2013 and is ready to take up an unforgettable role in Roe vs. Wade. Clearly, this 80-year-old hasn't lost his touch. He's still going strong with no signs of slowing down anytime soon. Tommy Lee Jones, 76. Tommy Lee Jones is renowned for his leading roles in the films Batman Forever, The Fugitive, and Men in Black, gaining critical acclaim as well as awards recognition with The Fugitive. In 2021, he starred alongside Robert De Niro and Zach Braff in The Comeback Trail as Duke Montana, together with Tommy Haverford of Parks and Recreation fame. Billy D. Williams, 85. For all the Star Wars aficionados, rejoice! Billy D. Williams, better known as Lando Calrissian, is alive and kicking. Over the years, he's performed in various roles, including his iconic part of Lando in The Rise of Skywalker, released back in 2019. Marla Gibbs, 91. With an impressive list of accolades behind her, Marla Gibbs has made a name for herself as one of the most talented entertainers in the industry. Having starred on The Jeffersons since 1975, and even recently appearing in Please Stand By and Love Jacked, she continues to captivate audiences with her remarkable acting prowess. John Astin, 92. IMDb defines John Astin as usually mustachioed, and you may recognize him as Gomez Addams from the hit TV series The Addams Family. Despite having studied math at Johns Hopkins University, he soon found his calling in acting. In recent years, audiences have seen him in Justice League Action 2017 as Uncle Dudley. Richard Chamberlain, 88. Richard Chamberlain is a beloved figure around the world due to his portrayal as Ralph the Brickassart in the Thornbirds miniseries. His influence on entertainment and culture has been undeniable, awarding him 3 Golden Globe Awards throughout his impressive career, which still continues today. In 2019, he starred in Twin Peaks and Finding Julia, a testament to how relevant his work remains even after decades of success. Most recently, Echo of the Past was released, starring Max von Sydow alongside Richard, but unfortunately its premiere date had to be delayed due to pandemic consequences. Tippi Hedren, 93. Tippi Hedren's career began as a model before Alfred Hitchcock discovered her and casted her in the classic movie The Birds in 1963. She has since been seen in more than 80 films and television series, with her most recent contributions being on Cougar Town in 2013 and The Ghost and Whale in 2017. Kim Novak, 90. Kim Novak's star began to rise in 1933 when Columbia Pictures was searching for the next Rita Hayworth. Her career saw its peak with her starring role in 1954's Pushover, and she's most famously remembered as Madeline Elster, or Judy Barton, from Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo of 1958. Now retired from acting life, Kim Novak has shifted focus towards photography, poetry, and visual artistry. George Hamilton, 83. Throughout his illustrious film career, George Hamilton has been featured in over 120 movies, Love Possessed and Love at First Bite being 2 of the more noteworthy. In 2019, he continued to make lasting impact by portraying Jack on Grace and Frankie, as well as Spencer Blitz on the TV show American Housewife. Eva Marie Saint, 98. Eva Marie Saint will always be remembered for her iconic role in Elia Kazan's On the Waterfront and Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest. As one of Hollywood's last living stars from its golden age, she took a break of over 10 years before making an impressive return in 1986 with Nothing in Common alongside Tom Hanks. Most recently, fans have seen Eva bring life to the elderly Katara character on Nickelodeon's The Legend of Korra series. Anne Margaret, 81. This gifted Swedish-American actress has earned the nickname the Female Elvis due to her extraordinary singing and dancing capabilities. She's starred in iconic films such as Bye Bye Birdie and Viva Las Vegas, while also covering several of the King's songs like Heartbreak Hotel. Recently, she was seen on Ray Donovan as well as Happy. Chubby Checker, 81. Chubby Checker is an iconic rock and roll singer and dancer who's a household name for popularizing the twist dance style. His singles are timeless, but he made his mark in 2015 with Rock and Roll to the Rescue, a show designed to save animals from harm. He continues to make music over 2 decades since bursting onto the scene. Nothing can stop him. Bob Newhart, 93. Bob Newhart is an iconic stand-up comedian renowned for his dry wit, but he's also made his mark in the acting industry. He was Robert Hartley on The Bob Newhart Show, and has since had roles in Elf, Catch-22, voiced characters for The Rescuers, and appeared 6 times as a guest star in The Big Bang Theory. His recent TV projects include Young Sheldon and Filthy Rich, which further demonstrates that Bob Newhart continues to be one of the most talented entertainers of our time. Paul Michael Glaser, 79. Famous for his iconic role in the classic TV series Starsky and Hutch, Paul Michael Glazer's acting career has spanned decades. In 2019, he starred as Leo in Grace and Frankie, before lending his voice to Kjeld Playwell in 2020's Lego: The Adventures of Clutch Powers. As well as this, Glazer portrayed Teeve alongside Topol's Gold in 1971's production of Fiddler on the Roof, an unforgettable performance that cemented him a place among Hollywood's most beloved actors. Norman Lear, 100. You know Norman Lear for the incredibly famous works he's produced and written, including All in the Family, Sanford and Son, and One Day at a Time. Nowadays, he's a political activist, and in 2017, he served as executive producer for the reboot of One Day at a Time. He's also been the host of a podcast entitled All of the Above with Norman Lear since May 2017. Harry Belafonte, 95. Even if you haven't heard of Harry Belafonte before, his timeless classic The Banana Boat Song will certainly ring a bell. As one of the highest-achieving Jamaican-American pop stars in history, he's also associated with calypso music and has appeared in various films over the years, such as Black Klansman in 2018, where he played Jerome Turner. Considering his long involvement in politics and documentaries, it comes as no surprise that Mr. Belafonte is considered an influential icon for both music lovers and activists alike today. Nancy Sinatra, 82. Nancy Sinatra, daughter of the renowned crooner Frank Sinatra, was an icon in her own right for These Boots Are Made for Walkin', which is undoubtedly a staple sound that's defined its era. After living an impressive career full of memorable moments, the 80-year-old singer now happily resides in peaceful retirement. Max Baer Jr., 85. Max Baer Jr. is renowned for his portrayal in Beverly Hillbillies and has a net worth of over $65 million as of 2021. Besides being an actor, he's also proficient in producing and screenwriting from the start of his career until now, when he's 85 years old. John James, 66. Do you recall the iconic John James from Dynasty? At 66, he still works on a select number of projects. He made several appearances in movies during the 2010s, starred and produced for Hallmark's 2018 holiday movie Christmas Camp, and was also one of the executive producers of the 2020 sci-fi thriller film Accelerator. Chris Christopherson, 86. Chris Christopherson is still alive and kicking, going strong with his tours until he retires. Although possibilities exist that Chris may work on smaller projects from time to time, his longtime manager noted the gradual progress of his retirement. It was a natural progression, no abrupt change or anything like that. We just kept asking ourselves, what should we do next? And now here we're amidst a pandemic, and we just thought, yeah, let's retire. It was a natural transition for us. Chris is 86 years old, so there wasn't any huge announcement made by our side, and it didn't seem like an extraordinary event. Instead, we witnessed the smooth changing of roles over time. It felt normal to all of us involved. Walter Mirisch, 101. The Mirisch brothers, with Walter at the helm, set a standard for movie production that Hollywood still follows to this day. Their company was an unrivaled success, producing box office successes like Some Like It Hot in 1959, The Magnificent Seven in 1960, West Side Story in 61, The Great Escape in 63, and even the Pink Panther series of films starting in 1963. This storied team redefined how Hollywood makes its movies.